Egypt's role in the region over the last 30 years, it is peace, stability, and development. These are the three pillars whereby all and whatever that comes from Egypt in terms of foreign policy evolves around these three objectives or pillars: peace, stability, and uh, development. Stability is not stagnation. Stability is to ensure stability not only for Egypt but for the rest of the region. So we keep working to settle issues, to find solutions, to bring parties together, to help the region to connect to the rest of the world, as well as finally to develop. And the development is not localized or strictly an economic development. Development in the widest term, social as well as economic. Our reaction is first to spot all the developments internationally, and then to convey whatever that we see or hear to the rest of government organs. And then we also contribute to the building of or the laying down of policies to how to tackle that crisis. And I think Egypt is doing very well in relation to the crisis right now, not only when it comes to the banking system or the availability of money to the banking system to keep functioning and functioning well, but also how to confront the need to maintain a high rate of economic growth. Egypt is doing this year 7.1.2%. If we would manage to surmount the current financial and economic difficulties of the world, then hopefully we can maintain that kind of rate. Though we understand that it will be difficult because of how it will affect that crisis, how it will affect tourism, how it will affect international trade with the ramifications on the Suez Canal, how it will affect our own industry in terms of exports to places that have been affected dramatically by that crisis. We are doing well. It is not a crisis, it is a problem. Because crisis is something that is temporary. It comes and it goes. But a problem, it stays inherently in that region. But we are trying our best to bring both parties together, to work with them, to facilitate negotiations between both. Our problem is that the Israelis have been paralyzed for a long period of time because of their efforts to establish their own government. Also, the Palestinians have been, the Palestinian National Movement has been cracked. Also, again, we were working on the helping the Palestinians to mend their fences and their differences, whereby preparing the grounds to launching the negotiations as we see. Yes, absolutely, and that is what we are trying to do. Yes, there would be a meeting on the 9th of November to convince the different Palestinian parties to agree on a platform and arrangement and understanding to reconcile their differences, to work together aiming at agreeing on timing and a government, timing for elections, whether parliamentary or presidential, on the issue of the composition of the transitional government of the Palestinian Authority till elections take place, how the PLO, the Palestinian liberation movement or organization, how it will change its composition by allowing Hamas, the organization of Hamas, to be part and parcel of that organization. How are we to help the Palestinians to prepare the ground for the continuation of their own negotiations with the Israelis? All these are elements and factors that are taken during that meeting to take place on the 9th of November. No, the borders are secure because you see, we managed to establish what we call the period of quiet, of calm between Israel and Hamas organization. And that period of calm allows the flow of goods and of foodstuffs and oil and petroleum and everything between Israel and Gaza, between Egypt and Gaza via Israel. So that movement of quiet is helping all the parties to settle down and to find a proper managing of whatever that the Palestinians are facing in terms of food, their needs, their medical care, everything. I wish to see a very strong commitment to stop settlement activity. That is priority one. Settlement activity. It is destroying the possibility of peace between the Palestinians and the Israelis. And it is also destroying the prospects of the Palestinian state. You cannot continue eating the cake and then telling the other party we will divide it. Cannot continue like this. Everybody is trying to do his best, but Egypt historically has been responsible for so much in relation to the Palestinian problem. We have a strong force in southern Sudan, working within the United Nations peacekeeping force in the south. You know that there has been a conflict in Sudan between north and south. And the United Nations intervened, and we are there. We are also there in Darfur, in a strong Egyptian force that is being deployed. And by the time of airing such a program, there will be a very strong component, an Egyptian component within the hybrid force that is being launched or dispatched to the region now. We have mechanized infantry, we have engineers, we have communications, we have hospitals, more than one hospital in southern Sudan, as well as in Darfur. We have large medical presence, as well as we continue helping the people of Sudan in Darfur by sending in bulk lots of foodstuffs as a donation from Egypt. You have to understand that Egypt lost an ambassador in Iraq on the 7th of July 2005. He was kidnapped and killed. So we withdrew our presence there. Now, as things in Iraq are quietening and things are improving, the quality of life and the security arrangements, then we have decided to re-establish our presence by going into an embassy, finding a location, sending a staff, appointing an ambassador, and building relations as they should. However, we are also engaging the Iraqis in a very, very wide program covering lots of issues and lots of fields of action to engage in training courses and trade and economy and investments and sending Egyptian experts, maintaining oil lines, pipelines, the wells themselves, the fields. We are taking upon ourselves major responsibility now. I wouldn't say it hasn't been as good. It has been, it is a proper relationship because America looks at Egypt as an important friend, a strategic player in that region, and not only in the region, possibly beyond. Egypt is not limited to the Middle East. Egypt is Mediterranean, is African, is Arab, is Islamic, is Christian, is lots of faces. And these lots of faces contribute to lots of issues that are confronting Egypt as well as the United States. So the United States looks at Egypt from a point of, well, this is a strategic friend and asset. And we look at the United States as strategic, as not only a strategic friend, but also as the superpower that we maintain proper, good relationship based on equality. I'm not saying that equality, that we are equal in terms of potential, but we are equal in terms of we have our say in that region, and our word is should be listened to. I do not see a major threat to the security of the region. The major threat to this region, I think, is the continuation of the tension between Israel on one side and a number of Arab countries on the other. What is also a point of concern is the possibility of the emergence of a clash between religions. It is not, the danger is not anymore Israel vis-a-vis Syria or Israel vis-a-vis Lebanon. The danger is when religions, and the region is known to have great religions affecting the whole world: Judaism, Islam, Christianity. These are the Abrahamic religions. So if they tend to clash, and the Palestinian problem is a triggering mechanism, then that is a threat to the stability of the region. And there we have to control the sliding into such a confrontation. We want to see an American administration committed to help in bringing peace in this region. Without settling the Palestinian problem as soon as possible, this region will continue tormenting all of us, and tormenting all of us in the absolute meaning of the word. Anybody who wants to make a statement on any issue, we are ready to give him a piece of our mind and to tell him what our point of view is. I have to tell you that you do not know well the Middle East, and in spite of your presence in Iraq, there is a lot that is hidden from you, and a lot that you have to learn about. And there, when someone wants to speak his mind, I respond by speaking my mind, and I tell him my point of view. And if he listens well, then he will learn the dynamics of this region. At the same time, we listen also to whatever view that comes from wherever, but it has to be a constructive view based on real politique, on the realities of the situation. But to come and tell me, well, we want to see this and to see that, I respond by saying, yes, I want to see Egyptians having the per capita income for an Egyptian national $40,000 a year. Is it possible? It is not. So we have to work with whatever we have in hands. Egypt is the co-chairman of the EU, of the Mediterranean, the Union for the Mediterranean. We are working with the French. The idea is to find that kind of Mediterranean space, South tier countries, Arab countries, working with the members of the EU and with the EU itself, trying to work on projects. Some of the projects are related to crisis management when it comes to confronting whatever catastrophe that might befall the region. We are working with them on energy, on solar energy. We are working on naval highways or sea highways to transport trade. We are working on the how to bring harbors of the Mediterranean together, education, university cooperation, lots and lots of projects, environment, climate change. These are issues that, yes, have been tackled internationally and regionally, but never before in that kind of context. And there we are trying to do something for the benefit of the people of that region. Stay with us for the next 20 to 30 years unless a new idea would take over. Unless the Mediterranean the whole Mediterranean would change the relationship in a manner that there would not be borders. And we are still playing a very important role in Africa right now. Egypt has a major program of technical cooperation with African countries. While we are speaking right now, the Egyptians are dispatching at least 300 Egyptian experts, doctors, agrarian experts, people that are trying to help African societies in all fields. If an African country that needs 2 or 3 physicians, specialists in such, in whatever, we are ready not only to dispatch, but we are also paying their salaries, their expenses, everything. If a country needs a professor in organic chemistry in one of the universities, the Egyptian program would finance. And that program is also connecting to other countries, whereby we have trilateral arrangements with a number of countries that are putting money, and Egypt is putting the know-how and the expertise and the experts. So it is a good program. Egypt has in Africa 51 embassies, and we are working to try to help the continent to regain a certain standing in the world.